So, here I am, Jawbone Canyon. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, January 25th, 2023. I don't know why that mountain's green. A little bit of snow-capped mountains off to the west there. And looks like the extension of the Tehachapi wind farm just kind of keeps going north quite a ways. But I'm not too far from home, about 45 minutes to get here. Anyway, so I haven't been to Jawbone Canyon before. I did do an unvideoed hike a couple weeks ago. Kind of starting on the other side, not actually in Jawbone, but from the 14 there, and kind of going into some canyons. And from there, I was pointed to Chuckwalla Mountain, and that's what I'm going to be climbing today. I can actually see it from the highway. I can't see it from here yet, but it's going to be up that way. So I'm going to climb Chuckwalla. I'm doing a kind of a custom route today. Not I don't think there's an official route, but there's a route that most people follow. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it and see how things go. Man, that first little section was tough, very steep. Might have to descend down that way. Phew. Leveling off a little bit right now. There's Jawbone Canyon. Whew, there's a lot of snow up there. More snow. Alright, so a little bit of a plateau here. Beautiful area. Oh, actual trees up there in the desert. I'm gonna get into this little valley here and then head towards Chuckwalla. This valley looked interesting on Google Earth, so that's why I chose this route. I think that might be Chuckwalla on the right, and then in front of it's an unnamed peak, 476 something, which I'll also be passing over or around if it's too steep. I just gotta cross this little valley. Distance wise, this valley is probably over half the hike. Yeah, it's a nice little view on either side. Actually, it doesn't look too bad from this vantage point. From the highway, that first mountain looked pretty awful. It looked very pointy, but from here, at least on this backside here, you can tell there's a nice slope up. Back the way I came. Figured I gotta be about halfway. Looks like the trail goes there, and then another little gully, and then up and over. Don't want to get too close to this cliff, but stunning view of that little canyon there. It was just on those rocks. Alright. So yeah, I am going to go right. It's going to be I do remember this dip of my route planning. So I am going the right way. I don't know if it's going to be a good way, but it's the way I planned. From above, I'm like, oh, I'm going to take a nice rest in the shade here. That rock doesn't look very stable at all. I don't know what's holding it up. It is, yeah. It's being held up by magic. Alright. You do you, rock. Alright, next section is just going to be a relentless uphill to the unnamed peak. So I'm going to take a break, recharge, and then start climbing. Neat to see this little ravine from this side. It's hiking right along the edge there. I think I was up on that rock. Alright, should be fairly steep uphill, but hopefully no more of these gullies. Unnamed Peak, Chuckwalla. It's looking really steep again up close. Man. Still though, those rock formations, beautiful. Chuckwalla looks pretty awful from here. Man. That is steep. That's one way to go. Up. We're at the summit of Peak 476 something. It's not named. Very southern end of the Sierras. I think this is technically part of the Sierras, but people don't traditionally think of the desert as when they think of the Sierras. I believe that is all that snow in the distance. I think that's probably Telescope Peak. Can't think of anything else high enough that would have that much snow on it. I don't know what that little snow peak is. I don't know if... I don't think I'm far enough north to see Walker Pass area. Maybe. Could be it. It's beautiful up here. All the little solar farms. Antelope Valley. You can see the San Bernardino Mountains. LA County Mountain. You can see everything. A couple weeks ago I was hiking in a canyon. Somewhere back that way. You can see it from here. I just can't get a good visual read on it. Because I know you could see this mountain in Chuckwalla from that hike. But that's Chuckwalla. I gotta descend down this somehow. And then that looks like another awful climb. Then I gotta do this in reverse. Jeez. I think the route that I see most people doing is they start somewhere down there and then they kind of come up somewhere in here and follow this road and then they meet up here. So the regular route still climbs this little hill, which I'm about to do. Barely came down, and this is what worried me on my route planning. This looks way too steep. I don't think I can get down that. And if I did, there's no way I'm coming back up. Crud. There's just no... Trying to think of a way where I can climb down rocks, but everywhere I look, I mean, the worst spot is just right here. I just don't think I can make it. I mean, it's just need to get there, but I need to think for a minute. I'm officially aboard Chuckwalla after reviewing all the rocks, trying to find a way to climb down safely. I mean, I could do it. I mean, butt sliding, there's all kinds of techniques, but I err on the safe side and call it good. I think this, considering you can't reasonably climb this peak from that route, I'm guessing that this unnamed peak is relatively less climbed, because the route I came is probably the only way anyone's ever going to climb this. But yeah, looking, I got a picture. This is like southwest. That's Chuckwalla Mountain. It's like 5,000 feet, just a little bit over. It's a settled spot. I just can't go down. Darn. Beautiful snow-capped mountains, lots of windmills. Just kind of keep going. I don't even know what all these mountains are called, but somewhere in there will be the Pacific Crest Trail running north or south. That Jawbone Canyon Road, I think, diverts into that little dirt road. And I think it eventually goes to somewhere way back there, hidden away as like something called Kelso Valley or something. Some remote community. Just dirt roads to access it. But I think the main way to access it's from the north. But yeah, a little snow that has to be somewhere off near Walker Pass or something. And then it has to be Telescope Peak over there. Antelope Valley. Just beautiful. Antelope Valley to my east and southeast. Of course, Telescope Peak is east and then north here. So there's that little valley that I came hike through. Thought that was fun. So yeah, I guess you really do need to follow the unofficial route because this way doesn't work. But anyway, while I'm here, not a complete loss, there's some strange artifact in a glass jar. This might be a ledger. So some religious text. Let's check it out. Want anything to blow away? Let's get that cap back on. Thanksgiving 2022, January 15th. Ledger starts, way back in 2015. Pretty Peak. Placed March 22nd, 2014. Do one thing every day that scares you. We will make Chuckwalla today. Unfortunately, I won't, because this route isn't very good. Really neat stuff here. I never take enough time to just sit here and read some of this stuff. But the last entry is January 15th. I'm going to make my own page. Today is the 25th. I already forgot. Where's my phone? 25th. Hi. I don't know what to write here. Alright. That was, I guess it has an unofficial name, Pretty Peak. Because it's a pretty view. I'm going to put that in my video title. Sorry, Chuckwalla. I'll get you next time. Now that I know, don't come this way. If I could have gotten down, I think I would have gone the traditional route back. Even though I didn't plot a real route, it shouldn't be too hard to find. But I'll just go back the way I came, because that was a fun route too. Alright, took a break on the way down again. Goodbye Pretty Peak, next to the magic floating rock again. And one last big steep climb to get out of this ditch. And then there's a little bit of up and downs in that little valley there, but this will be the last hard part. By my car, I'm going to see if I can take a different route down because that was too steep. That was annoying. Yeah, this was much better than the way up that I initially did. Yeah, it's still steep, but it's not really as bad as what I started off with. Alright, well that concludes Pretty Peak. Not the peak I wanted, or originally wanted, but it was a very good peak nonetheless. I enjoyed this hike. Definitely want to come back and do some more exploring in the future. But that's it for today.